Okay, so there was more that I wanted to talk about. I just couldn't remember because I was getting a little tired. So on that note, I just wanted to talk about in this video self-defense classes. I really just don't feel like there's any reason for women, LGBTQIA, or BIPOC to not take self-defense classes. You know, prior to having surgery and having this intermedullary rod placed in my femur, I did take a woman's self-defense class. And I'll tell you, it felt really good to be in a class with other women, and there were a lot of women. It wasn't just like 10 or 15 or 20 or 25 women that were taking the class. And there were two younger ladies in that class as well. They were probably about 12, 13, 14 years old, sisters. And that was just a tremendous thing for me to be a part of, because I do feel like there's nothing wrong with taking self-defense. I mean, you definitely shouldn't be taking self-defense to go and, pick fights with people. That's not a reason to take self-defense. Okay, and I don't think that somebody that takes self-defense, especially a woman, BIPOC, or LGBTQIA, or two of the three, or all three, I don't think that they're a threat. Some Republicans may feel that way, but really they're not a threat. You use self-defense for situations, for example, this is just an example. Like if somebody comes up behind you and, tries to drag you off and stuff you in a car, like kidnapping you, you want to have that tool available to defend yourself, to protect yourself. Again, it's not something that you use to pick fights with other people over. It is purely for self-defense reasons. And anyone that thinks that women, BIPOC, or LGBTQI taking those sorts of classes is a threat, I really think they should rethink that. And I've gone over this before, and when I first started taking that class, they have these dummies that you practice on, and I was just the most timid person in that class in terms of striking those dummies. And my partner was like, you can hit this dummy harder, it's a dummy. And like it took me a while to kind of figure out, okay, this is a dummy and I can hit it harder, and I don't have to be so timid. And like it took me a long time to kind of get over that timidness. But it was just an amazing experience for me, because I just really, for the first time in my life, felt like I just was not alone in feeling like I should have some form of self-defense training. I mean, it was just an introductory class, but to me, it was just extraordinary. It was just, all about people that, aren't traditionally seen in self-defense courses taking a self-defense class together. It was just a lot of us, and it was just the coolest thing to me. And I think as well that it doesn't hurt for women to have, safety whistles and to have an app on their phone, so that, family members or whatnot can be contacted just with like the slightest touch if you're ever in a situation where you find yourself, at a disadvantage or whatever. And I don't think it's completely bonkers either for women, LGBTQIA, or BIPOC, or two of the three, or all three, to carry things like pepper spray. I don't think that's insane at all. You know, and in fact, Ladoris Cordell, who used to be a Santa Clara County, California judge, who's a Democrat, has been public about the fact that she has taken self-defense classes. So if Ladoris Cordell can take self-defense classes, then I don't see why other women, LGBTQIA, and BIPOC, or 2 of the 3 or all 3, shouldn't be taking self-defense classes. If she can, then so can other women and LGBTQIA and BIPOC. You know, if anybody tells you that, you know, you're now going to be seen as a danger or a threat and you're BIPOC, female, or LGBTQIA, or 2 of the 3 or all 3, don't listen to that person or those people that tell you that you're not going to be seen as a threat or, you know, dangerous. And again, don't go picking fights with people just so you can, like, use what you learned in a self-defense course. That's not what self-defense is about. And I'm going to leave off there on this video.